Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Here are the latest NBA games results, schedule of games today, and the updated NBA team standings as of today, December 9th, 2024.
In the first of 7 NBA games played today, the league-leading Cleveland Cavaliers wins their 4th game in a row by defeating the Charlotte Hornets on the road with the final score of 116-102. Evan Mobley led all scorers with 41 big points, along with 10 rebounds, while Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland both added 18 points each. For Charlotte, Brandon Miller led the Hornets in scoring with 25 points, followed by Daquan Jeffries, 17 points, and Josh Green, 16 points. In the second game, the Washington Wizards finally end their 16-game losing streak as they get a victory at home over the Denver Nuggets, with the final score of 122-113. Jordan Poole led Washington with 39 points, along with 8 assists, followed by Justin Champaglia, 23 points, and Jonas Valanciunas, 20 points. For Denver, it's been a monstrous performance put up by Nikola Jokic. Too bad it's a loss, as he registered 56 big points on top of 16 rebounds and 8 assists. Julian Strother added 18 points for the Nuggets, and Christian Braun, 14 points. For the third game, the Western Conference top seed Oklahoma City Thunder cruises to an easy win over the New Orleans Pelicans on the road with the final score of 119-109. Thunder star player Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led all scorers with 31 points, followed by Jalen Williams, 27 points, and Alex Caruso, 14 points. For the New Orleans Pelicans, DeJounte Murray led the team in scoring with 26 points, followed by Herb Jones, 24 points, and Trey Murphy III, 16 points. For the fourth game, the Detroit Pistons gets an upset victory on the road as they defeated the New York Knicks at the Madison Square Garden with a final score of 120-111. Cade Cunningham led Detroit with a triple-double performance, finishing with 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists, followed by Malik Beasley, 23 points, and Jaden Ivey, 16 points. For the New York Knicks, Jalen Bronson led the team with 31 points and 10 assists, followed by Mikal Bridges, 20 points, and Josh Hart, 17 points. Karl Anthony Towns did not play in this game for the New York Knicks due to a right knee injury. For the fifth game, the Dallas Mavericks gets another victory on the road by defeating the Toronto Raptors with the final score of 125-118. Mavs superstars came out to play big as Luka Doncic led Dallas with another triple-double performance, finishing with 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists, followed by Kyrie Irving, 29 points, and Klay Thompson, 20 points in just 25 minutes of action. For the Toronto Raptors, Grady Dick led the team in scoring with 27 points, followed by Jacob Poeltl, 20 points, and Scotty Barnes, 19 points, along with 14 assists. For the sixth game, the Miami Heat took care of business at home by defeating the Phoenix Suns with the final score of 121-111. Bam Adebayo led Miami with 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, followed by Jimmy Butler, 24 points, and Duncan Robinson, 19 points. For Phoenix, Royce O'Neal led the Suns in scoring with 23 points, followed by Devin Booker, 21 points, and Grayson Allen, 16 points. Kevin Durant did not see action once again due to a sprained ankle injury. For the seventh and final game played today, the Memphis Grizzlies puts up an amazing performance by defeating the Boston Celtics on the road with the final score of 127-121. Ja Morant led Memphis, finishing with 32 points, along with 9 rebounds and 9 assists, followed by Jaren Jackson Jr., 27 points, and Brandon Clark, 18 points. For Boston, Drew Holiday led the Celtics in scoring with 23 points, followed by Jaylen Brown and Peyton Pritchard, who both finished scoring 22 points each. In the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers still holds the best record in the league with 21 wins and only 3 losses, riding on a 4-game winning streak. At the second spot are the Boston Celtics with 19 victories and just 5 defeats. Holding on to the third spot are the Orlando Magic with 16 wins and 9 losses. Still at fourth spot are the New York Knicks with 14 wins and 9 losses. The Atlanta Hawks completes the East top 5 with 13 wins and 11 losses and now have a 6-game winning streak. At the sixth spot are the Miami Heat with 11 victories and 10 losses and have now won 2 in a row. At number 7 are the Milwaukee Bucks with an even 11 wins and 11 loss record and have lost back-to-back games. The Brooklyn Nets are at the 8th spot with 10 victories and 13 losses. At number 9th are the Chicago Bulls with 10 victories and 14 defeats. Completing the East top 10 are the Indiana Pacers, who also have 10 wins against 14 losses. The Detroit Pistons are at the 11th spot with 10 wins and 15 defeats standing. At number 12 are the Toronto Raptors with 7 victories and 17 losses and on a 2-game losing streak. At number 13 are the Philadelphia 76ers with 6 victories and 15 defeats. At number 14 are the Charlotte Hornets with 6 victories and 17 losses and have now lost 8 straight games. And at number 15, and the very bottom of the Eastern Conference standings, are the Washington Wizards with just 3 wins and already accumulated 18 losses. In the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder remains on top with 18 wins and just 5 losses, and on a 3-game winning streak. Moving up to the second spot are the Dallas Mavericks with 16 wins and 8 losses and have won 7 straight games. Also moving up to the third place are the Memphis Grizzlies, also with 16 victories and 8 defeats, and have now won 2 games in a row. Sliding down to number 4 are the Houston Rockets with 15 wins and 8 defeats standing and have lost back-to-back games. Completing the West top 5 is Steph Curry and the rest of the Golden State Warriors with 13 wins against 9 defeats. Still at number 6 are the Los Angeles Clippers with 14 victories and 10 losses. The Minnesota Timberwolves are up at number 7 with 12 wins against 10 losses and currently on a 4-game winning streak. At number 8 are the Phoenix Suns with 12 wins and 10 losses and have lost 2 consecutive matches. Sliding down to number 9 are the Denver Nuggets with 11 wins and 10 losses and have lost their last 2 games. Completing the West top 10 are the struggling Los Angeles Lakers with 12 wins and 11 losses and on a 3-game losing streak. The San Antonio Spurs are at number 11 with 11 victories and 12 defeats and have lost 3 consecutive games. At number 12 are the Sacramento Kings with 11 wins and 13 losses. The Portland Trail Blazers are at the 13th spot with 8 wins and 15 defeats, and on a 3-game losing streak. The Utah Jazz are at 14th place with 5 victories and 17 losses. In the very bottom of the Western Conference standings are the New Orleans Pelicans with 5 wins and 19 defeats. For the first of 12 NBA games scheduled for today, the Philadelphia 76ers will travel to Chicago to face the Bulls at the United Center at a very early 2 in the morning. For the second game, the Brooklyn Nets will be at home at the Barclays Center as they host the Milwaukee Bucks at 4:30 a.m. For the third game, the Charlotte Hornets will be on the road to play at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse against the Indiana Pacers. Tip-off will be at 6 in the morning. For the fourth game, the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers collides as the Heat host the Cavs at the Kaseya Center at 7 a.m. For the fifth game, the Denver Nuggets will travel to Atlanta and will play at the State Farm Arena versus the Atlanta Hawks at 7 in the morning. For the sixth game, the Orlando Magic will be at home at the Kia Center as they play versus the Phoenix Suns at 7:30 in the morning. For the seventh game, the San Antonio Spurs will try to defend home court as they host the New Orleans Pelicans at the AT&T Center at 8 a.m. For the eighth game, the Memphis Grizzlies will be at the nation's capital as they play the Washington Wizards at the Capital One Arena at 8 in the morning. For the ninth game, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors will try to break a mini losing streak as they host the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Chase Center at 9:30 a.m. For the 10th game, James Harden will be meeting his former team as the Los Angeles Clippers play host versus the Houston Rockets at the Intuit Dome at 10 in the morning. For game number 11, the Sacramento Kings will be looking to light off the beam as they host the Utah Jazz at the Golden One Center at 10 a.m. And for the 12th and final game scheduled for today, LeBron James and the rest of the Los Angeles Lakers will have a good chance to break their 3-game losing streak as the Lakers play host to the Portland Trailblazers at the Crypto.com Arena. Tip-off will be at 10:30 in the morning.